Hey guys, come in. Hey guys, it's me again, Mark. Welcome back to another episode of The Balcony Gardener. Today we're gonna be doing a balcony plant tour. Just ignore the guy speaking right in front of you. This was a video that I have put together from summer last year, September, and that was just me saying a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, we're gonna go through my balcony and we're gonna give you an update as to what has changed so far. And I have definitely grown my plants into a bigger family. And starting off with the kitchen balcony, still the same but a bigger version of my tuja, and my bird's nest is still there, healthier than what it was before. As you can notice, those red plants are my poinsettias. Normally we throw them away after Christmas, but then I decided to keep them. There's like 10 of them and they are quite expensive this year for some reason, so I decided that I'm going to plant them over to a bigger pot and see how they progress. Probably I can keep them for next Christmas, but I know that the challenge with these guys is keeping them red. I don't know how to do it, but let's see. This plant over here is Catus plant, which is in Filipino alugbate. I don't know what it's called in English, I forgot. But it seems to be really growing well over there. And moving on, these guys on the right are my bougainvilleas. There are two different types that I have. One is the white one and the other one is the red one. During sunny days, this entire side of the balcony would be full of flowers, and one side is red and the other side is white, mera puti, and they're beautiful. They are my neighbors' envy and they love this, and they ask us how to do it, but somehow we just managed to really take care of them well. And yeah, so they are really happy on this side of the balcony. Moving on, this is my master bathroom's balcony view, which is beautiful during sunny days. And I have my calamansi or lime plant right in the front, and my orchid, which is, by the way, half real, half fake. The flower's fake, but the orchid is real. Yeah, so this over here is my fish pond. Okay, so moving on, we are going over to the main balcony, right in front of the living room. Just looking at this video makes me miss the sun so much. This was taken last year around September, and goodness me, it was beautiful compared to the rainy, gloomy, overcast January 2021. Okay guys, so we are moving on to the main balcony right in front of the living room. So we're gonna kickstart with this bonsai over here. I'm working on this one. We'll do some corrections and training because it has, for some reason, have a form problem, but we're gonna work on that this week. And I've really been learning about bonsais for a few weeks now. So the main attraction for this balcony are the tujas, and I have probably 10 of them, or 12 maybe, and I've had them for 12 years. They're probably a few inches taller than me, so it's 1.9 meters. And of course Whitney is over here. It's a beautiful morning. So some of my coconut bonsais are here. They're in quarantine and they seem to be doing well. I have a separate video on this, guys, so check them out if you are interested with coconut bonsai. Now this video is all about updating you guys on my growing plant family, and as you can see, it's much bigger version of the previous balcony jungle tour. Definitely more plants. And I was talking to you about the bonsai that I'm gonna train. This is the one that I'm gonna turn into a bonsai. I have already pruned it. I've taken it out of its original pot. I've placed it temporarily here, and I have so many ideas, but I don't know how to execute it. But let's see. I'll show you my journey on this one. And I have this little pond over here. I have this idea when I went over to visit India and Rajasthan. They have all sorts of bowl offerings, which is religious, and I wanted to have my own here. Not quite the same. And I've turned it into a fish pond. So this is a copper plant. I bought it for $2.50. It's doing so well. It's twice its size since I bought it. My Ficus elastica is doing so well as well. There's a story about this. It has been given to me by a neighbor who had to go back home to Spain because the pandemic hit and they lost their job here. So I'm taking care of it for them. This is a plant that I don't know the name of, probably some sort of a gardenia. I have this spider plant over here doing so well. These are the plant babies, and that's the plant parent. The plant parent's not doing as good as the babies. This is my trumpet tree. I have strategically placed it here for one reason only, and that is to cover up the sun from hitting all of my fragile calatheas and Monstera deliciosa. And I think the sun's coming out now. It's, what time is it here? 7:30 in the morning. So moving on, I have this Marantza over here, probably my favorite plant because of its patterns. And I was so surprised to see that it actually has flowers, and it's got so many of them. It's doing so well over here. The Stromante is doing well as well. This photos is also doing quite great in here. And my orchids. If you have plants, maybe calatheas or other plants, you would notice that they actually do well when they are together. They talk to each other. They love company. I don't know how to explain that, but it's quite true with my plants. They seem to be doing well next to each other. So that's my Adansonii, and this is my Christmas tree this year. I've turned it into a pole for it to climb up. The Dracaena is doing well. Okay, we're gonna move on to the other plant corner. But before that, this is my Bird of Paradise over here. It's doing okay, not great, but okay. So starting off, the Dracaena. The Chiflera, I've moved to this corner as well. It's doing great. The Ginger Shell, which is this one, is doing great. Chinese Evergreen, Rojo Congo is doing great. The fragrance for the Dracaena is doing quite well as well. Chiflera and Sansevieria is doing wellest. Okay, so this is my pond. If you're interested with ponds, I have a separate video on how to make your own pond. It's quite easy. If you notice, I have a lot less fish this time. I have made a terrible mistake and it killed 90% of my fish. I have introduced a new group of fish into this pond, and for some reason it killed 90% of my fish. Maybe it's bacterial, so that's a lesson learned. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay, so we are back to September last year. This has dramatically changed since then. The plant corner has become a much bigger family, and this pandemic has really brought me closer to my plants and also to my family and friends. So another thing that I really wanted to say is that if you have friends who's going through some mental health issues, we have to be constantly be present for them. And if we are going through issues ourselves, we have to constantly be seeking help from other people who are close to us, who can give us the best advice, and just so that we don't feel alone. Another thing that I wanted to say is I wanted to thank each and every one of you for supporting me, and I hope that in a little way that I was able to contribute and help you in some ways. And if you have any questions or if you have any comments about this particular video and other videos, please don't hesitate to comment in this section. And thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.